Yo guys, Stalware again, and this time I'm playing League of Legends, and the reason why I posted this gameplay is because I want to make a video to just give some of my advice and tips for new players. And if you're not a League of Legends player, then this video will be like showing you what it's about, and maybe you will even start after that. I don't know. And my first advice will be about the items. So, many people say that you should not buy the recommended items because they're bad. Well, that is true. So what you want to do here is you take a look at these 6 items. Why? Well, because you want to buy items that are like those items, but that fits your current game. For example, take a look at your enemies, and if you're tank like me, you think about what kind of damage they deal. So, let's say they have 3 ability power heroes / magic damage dealers, and that means 60% of the enemies deals magic damage, which means you should probably buy some magic resist, because that's the most damage that you get on you. I can take in another example as well. Let's say you're a assassin and recommended items tells you to buy only attack speed and damage dealing items, and maybe you got really low HP, so you die very fast if they attack you first. So what you can do here is you take damage dealing and combines it with more HP. For example, the item Frozen Mallet, and you could also combine the attack speed with lifesteal. For example, the item Stark's Fervor. So my point is, you take a look at the enemies and basically the game, and then you can buy items based from the recommended ones. Moving on to the basics of laning. In laning, what you should think about here is to get as much XP and gold as possible before you start going with the rest of the team. And you should also try to kill the enemies at the same lane as you during this XP and gold farm, just like you've seen me and Twitch kill them recently. But if the enemies at your lane is much stronger or better than you, then you should be like tower hugging. What is tower hugging, you say? It is when you stay very close to your tower and just kill the creeps from there. You get less experience, but it keeps you from getting killed, and you might wonder, how the hell am I supposed to kill them then? Well, you could ask the guy at mid for support, and if he doesn't help you, well, then he's an asshole. End of story. And also, when you're farming gold at the lane, try not to out-attack the creeps. Instead, try to hit them when they are about to die. Also, after you've killed 1 or 2 enemies at your lane, you can teleport home to regenerate HP and buy some items. You should do this when you get very low health only. Keep in mind that one guy has to stay while you go back. So one of you will be protecting the tower, because protecting the towers is very important. If you do not protect the towers, you're easily going to lose the game. So if you see an enemy champion who's pushing at an empty lane, or maybe there is just lots of enemy creeps, then you should go to that lane and defend unless another guy is already there. But if he asks for your supports, then you should go there. Which brings me to the topic, team communication. It's very important that you say miss every time the enemy isn't at your lane. So the guys in your team knows that, and you could also tell someone that a certain enemy is missing and that he should care, so he won't get ganked. Yeah, that's most parts of team communication. You just say miss and miss and re. That's all you have to say in the game. Well, except if a teammate asks you something. Now back to the game in general. Somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes into the game, you should start getting up with your team to push towers or gank. It is also very important to not go alone this far into the game, because then you are probably the one who's getting ganked. Instead of going solo on the lane, you should now farm XP and gold at your forest. Now let's talk about, I think this is the last topic, and the topic is team fights. So basics of team fights is pretty simple. The tank goes in first, into the fight first, to take most of the damage, while your team is in the background, attacking the guy who deals the most damage in the enemy team, because that's what you want to do. You just want to kill the strongest first, but do not ever, 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 ever attack the tank first in a team fight, because that is just stupid, and then they are going to kill you all. And yeah, push a tower and you're probably going to lose. Now after a team fight, let's say your team killed all the enemies, what you want to do now is push a tower. Depending on where the team fight was, just to go closest was just to go to closest tower and push. Then go back, buy items, keep owning them in team fights and pushing, and you will win. Simple as that. Also, when the game's over, you should say good game or bad game, depending on how it was. But you should say good game and well played, everyone, because you don't want to hear that, oh, you suck, oh my god, you fed so much, and that, yeah, no one wants to hear that, even though they didn't meant to feed like 12 deaths. That is all my tips. You can enjoy the rest of the clip, the gameplay, I mean, if you want. I don't care. This is as much as you need to know from what I think. Yeah. So peace out. Have a good time playing League of Legends, and good luck.